What does a struggling store do when it wants to attract new customers? Often it puts on a sale. And what does a struggling city do when it wants to attract new residents? If it's the city of Cumberland, Maryland, it offers a bonus with a string attached. Nancy Chen has tonight's Eye on America.
At the edge of Appalachia in the Allegheny Mountains, the regulars almost always leave Caporelli's Bakery with their hands full.
Thanks, Jim.
Just like they've done for the last 118 years in the city of Cumberland.
That is my grandfather right in front of the old store, and that's my dad, Gus.
While Dave Caporelli is the fourth generation to man the counter, his dad, Gus, still pitches in the back. But over time, the city around their bakery has changed. Once Maryland's second largest community, Cumberland was known as the Queen City. Its crown lost its luster, though, as the area's three biggest factories all closed within 5 years.
What was it like seeing the city change?
It was like a real busy town. And then they started downsizing, one leave, another leave, and we really got hit by it big time.
Can I talk to you just a second?
CBS News was here in 1978 when the tire factory began laying off employees.
Are you going to be affected by the layoffs at all?
No, I don't think so.
Well, it's only going to be a small group.
Unfortunately, they were wrong. Soon, the entire plant shuttered.
As companies left town, people did as well. In 1940, the population was nearly 40,000. Today, it's been halved to less than 20. But the city is now hoping to turn a page.
Cumberland has always...
Last year, Mayor Ray Morris announced an attention-grabbing offer, up to $20,000 each for 10 people willing to move here.
We were looking for people that were bringing their jobs with them. We were looking for remote workers.
$20,000 is a lot of money to offer up.
That's an amount that could make people's eyes open a little bit.
Cumberland is one of more than 70 places that have paid people to uproot and move in over the past 5 years.
Is it radical to pay people to move to a city?
If you're a government and you want to bring people to your area, well, before remote work, you had to recruit businesses that were expanding. It could be difficult.
University of Maryland professor Evan Starr studies payment programs like these.
Now, with remote work, what you can do is try to attract workers directly.
He points to a successful pioneer, Tulsa Remote, which has enticed more than 3,000 participants with grants of $10,000 each. The investment has paid off, raising an additional $11 million in new tax revenue.
They can use that money to spend on schools and other local amenities. They can make a big difference in the area.
Dave Caporelli is looking for a similar boost in Cumberland.
That was probably in the early 50s. It was just a different time, you know.
Seems like it was pretty bustling then.
It was, yeah. And we'll get back to that.
Yeah.
Hope to.
But if hope alone won't get it done, the thinking here, throw in some dough as well. For Eye on America, Nancy Chen in Cumberland, Maryland.
Necessity is not only the mother of invention, it is also the mother of reinvention. So when a Colorado town fell on hard times, it saw the need to reinvent itself. The town built on coal converted to charcoal and oils and watercolors as it made itself a mini mecca for artists. Mark Strassman has tonight's Eye on America.
At Trinidad, Colorado's monthly gallery hop, these crowds prove something. This struggling community was a blank canvas all along.
The art scene is absolutely the focal point.
We met Karen Grigo on Main Street, part of the old Santa Fe Trail.
This used to be a defunct bakery.
She's fourth-generation Trinidadian in this town of roughly 8,200 people. She knows so many of them.
Hey there, how are you?
That they made her mayor.
I was really afraid for Trinidad because I didn't know what we could do to turn it around.
Trinidad used to be the capital of southern Colorado coal. That went away, bleak times followed. As recently as 15 years ago, the vacancy rate on Main Street was 70%. The name of the local river had it right, Purgatory.
They haven't killed us yet.
And when it's been down, it's been way down?
It's been way down. You know, desperation. You say, okay, what can we do?
Then Trinidad got creative. Workshops, galleries, artist housing. Slowly, a new vision emerged. Painted, and they will come.
We have people moving here to do their art, to sell their art.
This is my most recent one. This is
Artists Leif Lathrop and Tracy Wall showed us their livelihood and Trinidad's. They moved here 6 years ago.
It's a bunch of incredibly talented people coming together.
If Trinidad did not emphasize the arts, would you be here?
No.
Any place that I can go and I have an opportunity to do it and even possibly flourish, that's where I'm going to go.
Josh Blanchard oversees the state's Creative Districts program. It offers grants, tech assistance, and seed money for entrepreneurs and nonprofits, with an emphasis on small towns.
I mean, you can't just throw up a gallery and hope it's going to work.
It is more complicated. It has to include community buy-in. We have 30 communities across the state with creative districts that have been certified.
As an arts hub, Trinidad now sees itself as a baby Santa Fe.
We didn't get in this situation overnight, and we're not going to get ourselves out of it overnight.
Does it show that the arts can be an economic engine?
I mean, I think it creates an expectation of success. And they say, oh, that's someplace I'm going to make it to. I'm going to go check it out. So it creates this momentum.
It has, in Trinidad, a touch of art heaven on the other side of purgatory. For Eye on America, Mark Strassman in Trinidad, Colorado.
Cities all over America face the same challenge: how to revitalize their downtowns. For one city, the answer was baseball. The city built a ballpark, not on a cornfield, but on a lumberyard, and people came. Mark Strassman has tonight's Eye on America.
Floor Field, a field of dreams come true for Greenville, South Carolina.
It's family friendly. There's things for everybody to do. Easy to get to.
Cheap.
Cheap, that's what I was getting to.
The stadium's home to the Greenville Drive, the high-A minor league baseball team for the Boston Red Sox, complete with a replica of Fenway Park's Green Monster. But its big pitch is community.
We were really embraced by the community, and then we began to learn all that a baseball team can do for a community.
Craig Brown, a former high-powered Manhattan advertising executive, built the stadium for $20 million in 2006. He still owns it and the team.
Floor Field has become the front porch of the community, and in the South, the front porch is where the family gathers. That's very much how we operate the place.
This ballpark has had a monster impact. It draws roughly 500,000 people a year for ball games and other events. And over the last decade, the city says the team's financial impact has been nearly $300 million. But the stadium did much more. After a number of Greenville textile factories shuttered, Floor Field, using bricks salvaged from demolished mills, jump-started a renaissance in the city's West End downtown, a blighted area that used to be seedy and scary.
There was a letter to the editor that said, you put a baseball stadium down there, only prostitutes will go to baseball games.
Knox White, the mayor here for 30 years, says Greenville's approach 20 years ago was unusual for the time, but savvy. The city insisted the downtown stadium be part of an ambitious mixed-use development.
This was the transformational event. Suddenly this area close into the stadium became a place for condos and high-rises and hotels, but beyond it, residential neighborhoods were transformed as well.
And without the stadium, would any of this have happened?
Not at this end of downtown. This stadium was a home run by any measure.
The mixed-use approach draws people and new businesses downtown. Old Europe Desserts serves coffee and sweets several blocks from the ballpark. Owner Bobby Doherty.
Why was the baseball stadium such a big draw?
Bodies. I sell cake. I need bodies through the door. So I knew I was kind of right in the middle of all the traffic, if you will.
And that was the sweet spot.
That's the sweet spot, yeah.
That's what Greenville found here, a sweet spot for development that touches all the bases. For Eye on America, I'm Mark Strassman in Greenville, South Carolina.
Greenville's idea is catching on. There are plans to build or renovate at least 39 major sports venues across the country, from New York to Las Vegas. If you build it, they will come. If you build it so it's affordable, they will come in droves. In tonight's Eye on America, Jason Allen has the story of how a Dallas suburb turned acres of farmland into the fastest growing city in the country.
D.L. Caldwell is still the first one through the door every morning at the pawn shop he owns in Princeton, Texas.
We got a lot of guitars.
At 82 years old, he knows a little bit about what people want.
What was it like when you put this building up here?
It was nothing around.
When Caldwell's family settled here in the 1960s, fewer than 1,000 people lived in Princeton.
Do you remember at all, DL, why your family moved here?
Dad was building houses and I was the best carpenter around.
Farmers saw fertile ground to grow their cantaloupes and onions. Caldwell saw an opportunity for another type of growth. He started buying land and opening businesses.
Why did you do that?
I really believed it would grow. And I figured that the cheaper type, inexpensive home would come to Princeton.
Not even Caldwell saw them coming like this. Rows of homes now fill Princeton's old farm fields just 30 miles north of Dallas. 17,000 people lived here in 2020. In just 3 years, the population jumped to 28,000 and hit the 37,000 mark last year, topping the Census Bureau's list of the fastest growing cities in the country.
These are kitchen stuff.
Crystal Alexander is one of thousands who just moved in.
You've never been a homeowner before?
No, this is my first time and it is exhilarating.
Princeton was not on her list of places to live, but in a county where the median sales price for a home is nearly $475,000, homes in Princeton sell for just about $300,000.
It was something that I knew that I could afford, and the homes were actually really nice.
Growth comes with growing pains, and homes went up so fast last year Princeton had to put a temporary stop to any more building just to make sure there were enough sewer lines and water lines and roads for everyone who was moving in.
Eugene Escobar Jr. is Princeton's mayor.
What do you think your biggest challenges are right now?
And we're still about 5 years probably behind. We're having to literally figure out everything and redo everything over because the measurements, everything we had in place cannot handle where we are now.
Another 13,000 home units are already approved and waiting to be built. Who could have ever seen it coming?
I still got one of the first trucks I started with.
Well, D.L. Caldwell, for one.
We were all talking, and I made a comment. I said, who'd ever thought this about Princeton? And Dury sitting over there, he said, me. I said, well, you're right.
The once tiny town of Princeton is expected to grow to 100,000 people within the next 5 years. For Eye on America, Jason Allen in Princeton, Texas.